Matt, you can't tell people that you're gonna maim them if they don't listen to our show.
Always threaten the hands, copyright,
Okay.
Alex.
They're not. It's not. How are you gonna know whose hands to cut off?
I will.
First of all,
When you have a knife big enough, you know.
all right.
All right, so my favorite moment from the Green Hornet, I've actually already mentioned it in the other episode, which is when they drive that half of a car around that office building, and it's just the most chaos I've seen out of the movies this year.
That actually was well done, and I have nothing else to say to it besides that the fact that it is epic.
Yeah. But since I already said that, I'll say a different moment that I also thought was equally hilarious and chaotic is when Kato and the Green Hornet just decide to have their little hissy fit in the Green Hornet's house, and they fight each other. They have the tension of competing for the love interest has peaked.
Mm-hmm.
And or maybe it hasn't peaked, but it's reached a new level of I hate you because of this. And it goes from verbal arguing to physical blows.
They kick each other through stuff. It's great.
And it's like because Seth Rogen's character doesn't know how to fight, it's almost like that's his advantage over Kato, who does know how to fight.
Yeah, I like the way that Seth Rogen did that. He's fighting dirty because that's the only way he's going to survive this at all. And it was good.
And then a dirt bike just comes into existence. And in that moment, I'm like, I'm so glad Michel Gondry directed this movie. Because that dirt bike wouldn't have been there without him. I don't know, maybe that's not how it actually happened, but that's what I like to think.
Absolutely. If the viewers here have seen the entire Be Kind Rewind,
I have no doubt in my mind that they have not.
What's up?
Continue. He was being himself.
For those who haven't seen Be Kind Rewind, Michel Gondry directs real well, but he also likes to add certain things that would make the movie odd or mysterious, but to him, it seems realistic. You know what I mean?
He has his reasons for doing things, and they may not be anything that could ever crop up in a normal person's brain, but it makes sense in the context of the movie somehow at the same time.
That's what I'm trying to get at here, is that he thinks that a lot of things make sense, which kind of do in a way, but a dirt bike in the middle of something completely serious? No. but nonetheless, he did a good job with it. He did a good job with making it flow and making it realistic.
Now I'm interested to hear what Samo's favorite moment of the Green Hornet was.
Oh, me? Yeah. No, you don't want to hear my favorite moment.
Why not?
Well, all right. You convinced me. So, apparently, my favorite scene in the entire movie would have to be, I'm going to have to agree with Matt. My favorite scene is the half-car scene where they're driving Matic.
You can't rip off my scene.
Yeah, I can too. You just...
Okay, maybe you better have different reasons then.
I do have different reasons. Because of the simple fact that once it gets chopped in half, the mate is just shooting the gun in the back half. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's just creating havoc with a gun that's not even attached to the car. And I like guns attached to back of cars. You know what I mean? And it's just great.
Now, this wouldn't happen to do with the gun that's attached to the back of your car, the potato gun.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about, Mike.
All right.
We're not supposed to mention that, remember?
I guess not.
Oh,
Sorry, Samo.
some people's kids.
Mike, why?
I know. Okay. I know it's not FDA regulated and approved. I'm sorry that I mentioned it in public.
It's okay, but it's a good teaser.
Sure.
Sure. Alrighty. I think we need to move on from Samo's weaponized car. One of the things, actually, the car is one of my favorite parts. It being a Chrysler. But it.
Oh man, you have no idea when I saw that Chrysler pop out of nowhere. I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding
know.
me.
The first time we see it, it literally pops out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it does. It does. And I'm like, oh, baby, please come to daddy. Oh, man.
Just a little disturbing.
Mitch's reaction was a little more sensual than mine. I was kind of like, yeah. No, I wasn't.
Well, being the fact that because I own a 1976 Cadillac, that just really, I was just really like, oh, wow, okay, I need to stop.
Mm-hmm.
I need to take a break. I need to take a breather.
Yeah.
Non-car people everywhere are shutting the show off right now.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely. I'm sorry. To apologize to all the people who are car fans and who are intending to watch this for movies. I'm sorry, but that I'm a car person and I love cars, and it's just wow.
We're very articulate today.
we are. The thing that I really enjoyed was the car stunts, and especially in the chase scene towards the end. And
Absolutely.
I like that Seth Rogen's character, the Green Hornet, had a line pertaining to this. He just looks around behind him and goes, "Wow, these guys are amazingly well organized." And it's just like, why would that occur to you to mention in the middle of... They're trying to kill you. Why is this thought surfacing? It's funny to me. It's entertaining. It's not my favorite moment, but it's up there. I'm going to bite that thing.
Because they have that random moment in the middle of a chase scene is because they're trying to add to the comedy, is what I personally think. And adding to the comedy is just what intrigues the audience. Is that...
I don't question why they did it. I just enjoy it.
Oh, okay. My bad. Just trying to make conversation.
It's cool.
But it's I personally, what I think when they're trying to add that little bit inside of a major action scene is because they're just trying to add just to intrigue the audience a little bit more, just trying to keep their attention going. You know what I mean?
Well, it's true. At this point, you've been
300 or something like that. It's just an attention getter.
Well, yeah, and that's a very serious. It follows a couple of very serious moments that that line does. So I can see where they would be like, okay, this is getting kind of heavy. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
It makes sense.
Exactly.
So one of the things I want to point out, because I'm such a Michel Gondry fan, is you can see his mark on this movie, and for all the Michel Gondry fans out there who see him directing this big budget, blow your brain out, bombastic movie, you might be a little concerned that Michel Gondry has been stripped of his Michel Gondryness in working with this bigger studio project. But rest assured, there's plenty of Michel Gondry moments. And in addition to the funny stuff, there's also the really cool camera stuff that he does, which we'll get into in part 3.